Before we highlight the best and most challenging car shipping locations in this state, generally speaking, the best car shipping locations are going to be the biggest cities, followed by those locations on or near interstates. You'll have the quickest and least expensive auto transports from these locations. The most challenging car shipping locations are going to be in remote towns and cities. These are towns and cities that are more than 50 miles away from major cities or interstates. It takes more time and costs more money to ship a car to or from these remote locations. With these general guidelines in mind, let's look at the best and most challenging car shipping locations in this state. All right, as we take a look at the state of Iowa, Iowa has two main trucking corridors, so the best car shipping locations are going to be on or near those two trucking corridors, and that includes I-80. This is the dominant trucking corridor in the state, and then a secondary trucking corridor is going to be I-35 that runs north and south or south and north through the state. Those are the corridors you want to stick to. But the best car shipping location in the state is going to be the state's largest city and the capital city, Des Moines, Iowa. And in addition to its population and being the capital city, it's right where I-80 and I-35 intersect, so it makes for a great car shipping location. Other locations in the state that are going to be very solid locations to ship cars to or from are going to include Davenport on the eastern side of the state. And as we move west along I-80, Iowa City is another solid option. And again, anything along I-80 is going to be pretty solid. Some other decent locations are going to include Cedar Rapids. It's not too far off of I-80. It also has I-380 that runs through it down to I-80. So it makes for a fairly decent option for car carriers to get to or from. And again, anything along I-35, although most car carriers that are traveling through the state on I-35 are doing just that. They're simply traveling through the state. So they're typically not making a lot of stops along I-35 in Iowa. But if you are on or near I-35, it's certainly going to be better than some of the other more challenging locations in the state, which let's talk about that next. The more challenging car shipping locations in Iowa. This is a state where it's going to be easiest for me to draw again the two corridors or to circle the two corridors that are best to stick to, because anything that I'm not circling here is going to be challenging to ship cars to or from Iowa. And what I mean by challenging is these transports are going to take more time and more money to complete than, let's say, if you're shipping to or from Des Moines or some of the other better locations in the state. So these pockets here, again, anything that I don't have circled here or anything outside these two corridors, these are going to be challenging. Again, the reason is you look at these pockets, they are sparsely populated towns and they're a decent distance away from the two main trucking corridors. So it just takes us a little bit more time and more money to entice car carriers to go to those locations. To find out what it costs to ship a car to or from Iowa, get an instant quote on our website at www.jnstransport.com.